You were recently in the United States where you had tacos with Jessica, among other things. You just got back from Houston. I've already asked you about what a toll that took on your health and what an improvement on your well-being it was at the same time.
I have gained 8 pounds since I left the UK.
That's 8 pounds of Texas.
How many stones is that?
That's over half a stone. I couldn't believe I was in the scales and I was just going, no, I've been working so hard. Stupid Texas.
Stupid, beautiful, wonderful Texas. I wanted to ask, could you rank the United States that you have been to in order?
I think so. So absolute favorite so far is Florida. So Miami, I fell in love with. I mean, I'm not quite so familiar with like the politics of it, but whenever I say Florida, people go, "Oh, hang on a minute." I tell you what, every cab driver.
You're speaking to two former/current Florida residents, so yeah.
Right. I tell you what, you get in an Uber, and within 60 seconds, you know exactly who they're voting for in the election. It's crazy. But I just fell in love with South Beach. It's the most beautiful beach. The food is great, and I just felt happy. I felt happy walking around in Miami. Second is probably New York. That's a state as well as a city, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it's exactly like London. So basically, if I teleported to New York, I might not notice for a while. So it's very comfortable and amazing pizza. So I think that's P2. And then I've been to the Carolinas and Georgia and then Texas. And so I found the Carolinas and Georgia quite alarming. So it's not... driving through, I found it alarming. You know, you've got I don't want to get any hate here, but you know, there's like flags and buildings and stuff, and it's all very in your face. So people are very out loud about what they think at any given time. I just tried to stop as little as possible. And also, there were so many signs that were very specific about whether or not you could have your gun. So, like, you know, you can come here, but you can't bring your gun in here. And I'm like, that seems like a very specific thing to have to say. There must be many guns.
Well, it's like if you see a sign that says no bears on leashes. That means that somebody at one point attempted to bring a bear on a leash into the property.
Bears are certainly an issue in this state. And actually, I thought Texas would be more like that, but it wasn't. Texas is beautiful. The people in Texas were so friendly. I did not stop talking to people in Houston and Austin. But the only downside is that is the food. The 8 pounds came entirely from delicious Texas. Stupid delicious Texas.
So I think our audience would probably agree with your assessment of most of the states.
Sorry.
I'll give you Miami. When you're coming from somewhere, I assume where you live can be a little drab, a little dreary at times.
Statistically, the most overcast country on earth.
Yeah. I think that explains the Miami assessment. Sometimes you just need the sunshine.
I think Spanners Spanners as an Englishman has a unique weakness for Florida.
Yeah, oh my God, the sun! It's unreal. And there's weather in Miami where, you know, you guys out there are finding it a little cold, and you've got like a gilet and maybe some long pants, and I'm sitting there just in a bathing suit, just dripping with sweat.
Yeah. I think that certainly tracks. You brought up pizza. You've had New York style pizza. A very to steal your term, alarming thing happened on F1 social media this weekend, which is Daniel Ricciardo posted a picture of a pizza that looked really bad. We're going to show it to you, and I want to know your reaction to this pizza. It had like strips of flesh-colored zucchini on it and some sort of like drizzled white thing on top, and it really truly did look very unappetizing.
Oh my God, that's gross. Okay, no, that's not pizza. At best, that looks like garlic bread with some cucumber on it. So no, and his name's Danny Ricciardo, so there's some Italian roots. He's got to change his name now to like Daniel Davison or something, because that is an affront to pizza. I'm sure you can agree, as someone who's had New York pizza. New York pizza, second best only to Italian pizza. Don't know what the hell that is. That should burn. Burn it!
It does look very unappetizing. One of my friends, Christine, who is a big like New York or a big Italian and New York food scene person, said that it's a zucchini pizza with super thin crust, panna zafferano, which is saffron, and gorgonzola. And she's like, "Don't worry, no, it's really good." And I was like, "Your description just made it sound worse."
Ex-friend.
I have a question too. That while we're on this topic of pizza, Essex pizza. What would an Essex style pizza be?
Oh, here, do you know what? Everything's just like a doughy cake with just as much meat on it as you can, which is fine. But then the second you go to Rome, you go, oh my God, I've never had pizza and I will never have pizza again. The best thing is to go out of, say, Rome or something like that, and you find a pizzeria that's got a sign that is empty. And that is probably a money laundering facility, but they are obliged to serve you when you go in. And that is the best pizza, because they're like, oh, well, you're here now. We may as well, get chatting. You get treated like one of the family because they're like, we didn't know people knew where we were. And you get amazing lasagna, amazing pizza. Just forget about the crimes. Put them out of your head.
I'm building a business profile for Spanners here. He is Miami obsessed and he enjoys money laundering pizza. We're going to get Interpol on your ass in like the third question.
We were going to talk about Piastri's overtake, and now we're talking about crimes.